Hey everyone, and welcome back. In my previous video, I busted 13 productivity methods and hacks that didn't work for me as a busy professional climbing that corporate ladder. And one of those methods was getting things done, GTD by David Allen. I based that critique on my personal experience trying to implement GTD between 2013 and 2015. And since then, many of our paperless movement members have echoed similar frustrations. As I refer back to that video several times in this discussion, I've added a link into the description below in case you haven't watched it yet, so you can check it out later. However, below that video, I received the following comment from the Philoctopus, one expert in the field. I would like to see a more substantive criticism than the vague ones presented here. I can't even tell what your critique of GTD is even saying. That's okay when it comes from users, but you're an expert. What principle or procedure does GTD provide and why does it not work and when does it work? So first of all, thanks so much for sharing your feedback, and I thought instead of simply replying below the comment, I want to take this opportunity to make a follow-up video with a more in-depth answer, one that I believe will help others better understand my reasoning too. But before I dive in, let me be clear. This isn't about bashing GTD. If it works for you, then great. As the saying goes, never change a running system. But for me, it never worked, and here are my 5 reasons why.
Paperless movement, your productivity, your way.
Reason number 1, too much upkeep. GTD's main principle is to capture everything so you don't have to hold it in your mind. In theory, that frees you up. In practice, however, especially when I tried to implement it back in 2013, using tools like Evernote or even the paper notebook, it became a maintenance chore. I ended up spending more time updating and managing endless lists than actually driving results. And this isn't just my experience. Many of our typical clients, juggling multiple projects, numerous stakeholders, and building side hustles, find that GTD turns into too much work about work. Reason number 2, outdated context in the digital era. When GTD was originally developed in 2001, it was entirely paper-based. David Allen built his system around sorting tasks by context, like at phone and at desk, etc., which made sense in a fixed, paper-driven physical environment. But today, I'm 100% digital, and at the Paperless Movement, we believe that embracing a digital work style is crucial to stay competitive. With the option to do remote work using smartphones and laptops, tasks can be done from anywhere, rendering these traditional rigid contexts less useful. Forcing a paper-based system into the digital world often means stripping away many of the unique advantages that digital tools offer. More on that later. Reason number 3, blurred priorities. GTD excels in ensuring nothing gets forgotten, but it tends to treat every task with equal importance. For busy professionals managing multiple projects and stakeholder expectations, this approach can leave you drowning in minor tasks while the high-impact actions that truly move the needle get sidelined. I'm not saying GTD doesn't work for some. It does. But for our typical clients, and for me, the lack of task prioritization based on overall goals is what makes GTD fall short. In my previous video, I even covered the Eisenhower matrix as a potential supplement to GTD, as well as discussing the crucial differentiation between shallow and deep work. But I explained in detail why that fell short too of what we really needed. So check out the video if you want to learn more about this. Reason number 4, overemphasis on checkboxes. While checking off tasks can give you a quick dopamine hit, if your main focus becomes box ticking rather than accomplishing meaningful goals, you end up feeling busy without making real progress. This superficial sense of productivity can be very misleading. At the Paperless Movement, with our ICOR methodology, it's all about getting the full picture of your productivity, from long-term goals right down to daily planning. For me, GTD was too narrowly focused on overall task management and missed that bigger picture integration. And finally, reason number 5, adapting GTD for the digital age. Now let's dive deeper into why it's such a challenge to adapt GTD for the digital age. Since the launch of tools like Todoist in 2007 and Evernote in 2008, many have tried to implement GTD and other methods within these productivity apps. But it's not just about forcing an outdated paper-based method into a digital tool. Instead, we need to completely rethink our approach to digital productivity to reach the next level of work efficiency as humans. We at the Paperless Movement think it's a bad idea to try to bend a single tool to fit a rigid methodology. We see this happening in the second brain community too, where everyone shares their unique ways to implement their second brain setups in various tools. Often workarounds are created simply because digital features don't fully support a very specific methodology. That's why we don't believe in a one tool for everything solution. Instead, we need a combination of tools that cover different parts of an end-to-end productivity system and provide a single source of truth for each type of information and action you encounter on a daily basis. We also reject the notion of second brain as simply outsourcing your brain storage for later retrieval. Instead, our approach is to have one brain with two parts, a biological and a digital part. At first glance, that might sound similar, but it's not the same. Much like our biological brain, we want to build workflows that work naturally, similar to our own brain's functionalities. Workflows that digital tools enable far better than physical solutions like paper notebooks and folders. To build a frictionless digital system, we educate our members on understanding the core distinctions between the physical and the digital worlds, such as the differences between text versus folders. This understanding is critical when we examine GTD in the context of digital productivity. We see that digital tools offer dynamic search, automated reminders, and cross-device synchronization, capabilities GTD never had in mind when it was developed on paper in 2001. Transplanting GTD's original paper-centric system into modern note-taking and task management apps often results in a system that feels clunky and maintenance heavy. Therefore, we at the Paperless Movement educate our members on what an end-to-end digital productivity system truly means. By understanding the different compartments of a productivity system, you gain a bird's eye view that helps you select the right tools for each part. Whether for personal, business, information or action management, it's key to choose those tools with an understanding of tool-agnostic productivity concepts and workflows needed to truly improve work efficiency. We need to avoid work about work at all costs. Too often we see people end up procrastinating on work that matters in favor of optimizing the personal knowledge management system, for example. If you want to get the bird's eye view on your tool stack, we have the ICOR framework that helps you to do exactly this. You can join us for free and start applying it immediately, and you can share your tool stack then within our community to get feedback or check out how other busy professionals integrate their tool stack with their productivity systems. And let me make a bold statement here. At the Paperless Movement, we are 100% digital. And we believe that embracing a digital-first workflow is the only way to stay competitive in today's fast-paced corporate world. There's simply no room for paper-based or hybrid systems. It's not about hating paper or going paperless solely for the environmental reasons. It's about achieving true paperless efficiency. Don't get me wrong, I love the haptics of paper. I cherish holding a paper book, having a physical library that brings warmth to our living room, or receiving a handwritten letter from my loved ones. There's nothing better than a hand-drawn picture from my children that I can put to the wall of my office. But I challenge anyone using paper-based or hybrid systems for work to show me their efficiency compared to our fully digital systems. You might always win the race against people who struggle to use digital systems due to friction between their biological brain and the digital brain. But we know how it works. Back in my corporate job, I personally achieved a measurable 60% increase together with my team in work performance without increasing headcount. If you want to know how, I made a video about this and I link in the description below too. Over the past 6 years, we've helped thousands of busy professionals achieve the same results. First, through direct coaching, and now through the ICOR Journey courses and our coaching programs. We developed the ICOR methodology to help you leverage digital tools to their maximum potential. Rather than trying to force an outdated method onto digital platforms, it's about rethinking digital productivity entirely. Transforming how we capture, organize and retrieve information and action to truly excel at work and in life. If you're interested in a broader perspective on how note-taking and productivity have evolved from the 1950s to 2025, I made another video on that journey too, and I'll link it in the description below. I invite you to check it out next for a deeper dive into how digital productivity is evolving and why rethinking our systems is so essential for busy professionals. I hope this deeper dive clarifies my critique of GTD, which reflects my personal insights and experiences with the method. I'm sure there are people who thrive using paper-based systems, and if GTD and paper work for you, then by all means keep doing what's working. But don't be surprised if others who fully leverage the latest digital technologies eventually take the pole position. And if you're open-minded about challenging your current system and embracing a fully digital approach, our doors are open. Join us for free and start your ICOR journey today. And if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts or questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Paperless movement, your productivity.